Hello and welcome to Cryptocurrency News. My name is Claudio and this is CryptoChain, the channel where I do cryptocurrency news, reviews, demos, interviews, and blockchain games reviews. And in today's news video, we'll be taking a quick look at the crypto market, what's going on with the prices, how bad are they across the board, and then I'll be covering some of the news articles from the crypto space, the latest news articles from the last 24 hours, just to try and get a kind of an idea of what's going on, if we can get an idea, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of manipulation in this space and we know it. And let's have a quick look on CoinMarketCap. As we can see, the price of Bitcoin is trading at $7,159 on average, down only 2.46%. But if we look on TradingView here, actually most of the exchanges traded at 7,060, 7,070, so just below 7,100, with the exception of Bitfinex and of course Forex.com, as we can see here. But the majority of them actually traded at under 7,100, so that's actually the realistic price that you can get Bitcoin at the moment. Let's have a look at NEO. NEO is trading at $9.44, down quite a lot considering it was over $10 yesterday when it was a little bit bullish. And Ontology is back to its range again, and this is the bottom range that we've seen for Ontology in 2018 and also in 2019, where it found pretty good support around this range, the 50-cent area, 50 to 60 cents. And could it go much lower? Who knows? I mean, it was actually down to 55 cents when we had that crash on Friday to $6,800 for Bitcoin. It dragged all the alts down in a flash crash, including Ontology, of course, to around 55 cents. But it quickly recovered when Bitcoin recovered, right? Because when Bitcoin goes, as you know, the price drags up for all the alts. Now, it will be interesting to find out, though, as pro traders are saying that we may see sub 3K Bitcoin at some point, and if we do see that, then what will that mean for NEO and Ontology, for example? Will we see Ontology below 44 cents, which was its all-time low in 2018? Could that be possible? It's not impossible, right? We could see it, but imagine how devastating that would be for many projects too. The biggest winners are Synthetics Network, I'm not sure who they are, and Educare. And Huobi tokens, the biggest loser, together with Engine Coin. Again, Engine, a very solid project. I've been covering a lot of the info on Engine, as well as blockchain games on Engine and so on. But it is what it is. It's price movement, and the price does not reflect on the importance of a project and how strong the project is and how well it does. But before we move on and look at the news, let's have a quick look at TradingView. So actually we can see here, and this is on the one-day chart, that Bitcoin has tried to break 73.60, 73.70. It actually managed to get to 73.80, but it couldn't get to 7,400. And then even yesterday, if we look yesterday, it was quite bullish. We had a greenish day compared to the previous day on Friday, but it wasn't able to break 73.80 or 73.60. Look, it even got to like 73.53 here, 73.39. So it had multiple attempts to break over 7,300 to try and reach 74. It couldn't. And I do wonder, if it would have broke 7,400, how likely would it have been that it would have recovered and gone a lot higher, right? But apparently this is actually the resistance now. And because it's the resistance, it is a problem, right? Because we don't have enough buy power to break it and bring us to highs again. Now I am learning how to trade, by the way, so I don't have enough information. Like, I don't understand all the different indicators yet. I'm still learning, but I do know the basics now. And here we go. This is the crash that we had today. 69.50, 69.48, even lower, actually around 69.36 was the lowest today. So quite low, right? It was a big flash crash again. Now we're recovering, trading at around 7,100. And now trading at just above 7,000. So this is likely just a temporary spike up before we'll be going further down, which means we may revisit the 6,800 level once again, probably next week, right? It is likely, it's not out of the question. The bear market is still here. Even traders like Tone Vase have said it, the bear market is still here. We're not out of the bear market. And some traders even said stuff like the fact that the Bitcoin wasn't able to break 20K in that last uptrend that it had in June and only got to 14K does mean that we may go lower than 2.8K, which was the lowest that we had in 2018. It is a likelihood, not impossible, right? It could happen, but I just don't really see it likely, right? In my opinion, I personally think we're going to get around the 6K area and then we'll probably pump back up. But anything is possible. It depends because we're getting a lot of negative news. So first of all, let's start with the positive news, see what this is about. And here, Charlos Hoskinson, the CEO of Cardano. And hey, if you haven't heard of Cardano, do check it out on the top right hand corner. I've actually done a review on Cardano. It's a big project, one of the top 10 on CoinMarketCap. You can see that. But Charlos Hoskinson says that crypto is unstoppable. Bitcoin is going to reclaim 10K. That's what he's saying, right? And this was actually posted today. Basically, they're just reiterating here the downtrend of Bitcoin, what's going on. But basically, he said on Friday, he actually tweeted about it. He said, remember everyone, after the FUD, news trading and manipulation clears out, we still have a global movement that's going to change the world. We will see 10K Bitcoin again and welcome 100K Bitcoin. Crypto is unstoppable. Crypto is the future. So this is the kind of mentality that you should have. When Bitcoin drops, that's when you get more bullish. When people FUD it, they FUD it for a reason, and that's because they're trying to get in, because they know it's the digital gold. They know the recession is going to come, and if the recession comes, where are they going to go? Into Bitcoin, an international cryptocurrency which cannot be stopped. It cannot be shut down. So here we go. Charlos Hoskinson being bullish on Bitcoin, of course, and for good reason too. He's actually got his own crypto project, right? He wants crypto to do well. So if crypto was to kind of diminish in a way, then imagine what would happen, right? So all these CEOs from crypto projects, of course, they're going to be really bullish on cryptocurrency. Even if the price of Bitcoin was to go to 1K, there's still no reason to be bearish. You'll feel bearish inside. Your soul will feel bearish. Your heart will feel bearish. You probably feel wrecked, but it doesn't mean that crypto is dead, right? That's the important thing. And many people, of course, are going to be happy with 1K Bitcoin because they could just accumulate a lot more. And people that couldn't afford an entire Bitcoin before could do so at 1K possibly, right? So yeah, basically they're just saying here that Bitcoin being above 10K by June 2020 is an expectation. This percentage is based on price targets from Bitcoin option maturity dates, and this same data has the likelihood of Bitcoin being above 10K by New Year at only 6% following the latest downturn. Now, could that happen? Maybe, or maybe we'll go down a little bit further to the lower 6Ks before New Year. That could also happen, right? It is a likelihood, and it's just that sentiment that we've got at the moment with China kind of manipulating the price in a way with their news articles, trying to be bullish on crypto and referring to Bitcoin in general, and then all of a sudden diminishing it and saying they're going to crack down on exchanges and stuff like that. Well, it's just media, right? Marketing. Let's have a look at the next news article, and this is actually on Cointelegraph. And again, you can find all the links in the description of the video as well as the times, just to remind you on that. But this is interesting, right? 92% of institutional investors keep crypto on exchanges. And this is actually a report from Binance, which is one of the biggest cryptocurrency exchanges. And why do institutional investors keep them on Binance is just beyond my understanding, right? I don't understand that. But basically, they're saying here in a report that a lot of people, and actually a lot of VIP clients at 92.1%, that's how many they've got, are actually holding their crypto on Binance. So that's a lot, right? And when moving to self-storage, cold wallets are the second most favorite choice, of course, given their improved safety and control. Third-party custody services were the least popular option at 2.6%, because that means you're relying on a third-party person to protect your passphrase. And actually, some people are saying that it's probably better to change your passphrase if you hold them on a hardware wallet, to maybe use them like words from a book that you like or something, from specific chapters of the book, so that you can remember it, because you'll always remember the book that you like, right? But you won't always remember the words. So in case you lose that paper that you've got with the passphrase, then you can always go back to the book to actually recover the words, right? The book is not going to go away. You'll always be able to find it. So that's quite an interesting concept, to actually protect your crypto yourself and to own your crypto rather than depending on an exchange. So the 76 investors cannot be said to have significant exposure in terms of capital, but over 50% are total crypto holdings of under 10 units of a coin. 10 BTC currently equals around $72,000. So yeah, as Cointelegraph reported, investors face significantly increased risk of loss and theft of coins if they remain in wallets to which they do not control the private keys. We all know about that. We all know about that, but we still see it happen. And the question is why? Why do institutional investors feel safer to keep them on Binance? Is it because they saw Binance was hacked and they returned the users' funds back? Who knows? Could it be? Could that really be the reason behind it? Or could it just be that they want somebody to blame? They want to have customer service. They don't want to be responsible for their own loss in case something happens, because people are like that, right? Especially people with a lot of money. They don't really care. They're like, I don't care. I don't care if they know how much I've got. I've got nothing to hide. I'm keeping my crypto on Binance because if something happens, I'm going to hold them responsible. So that might be the kind of mentality they have, in my opinion. But that's that. Let's move on and talk about some FUD news. And it's actually from Bitcoin to no coin, crypto world under pressure as governments react. And this guy here, Mike O'Sullivan, is actually being really toxic about cryptocurrency in this article. It's actually hard to read this, but it's just like he's talking here. He's saying, where did I see that? There we go. Yeah. My own sense is that cryptocurrencies in general and Bitcoin specifically are not safe havens. They have failed the purpose they were intended to fulfill in that they are not actively used as a means of exchange. Few retailers accept them, fewer consumers actively use them, and transaction costs are still very high. Well, that depends what you're looking at. If you're looking at Bitcoin, you may argue the transaction cost is a little bit higher, but there are many other cryptocurrencies out there which have free transaction costs, right? We've got Neo, for example, free transaction costs. Why aren't people transacting with Neo? We've got Ontology at 0.01 ONG, which is extremely cheap at the moment, right? So there are many of them which are free or very, very low cost. So what he's saying here doesn't make any sense to me. Well, of course, he could be just referring to Bitcoin, right, as the king. But he's also saying here that technology associated with cryptocurrencies is also complex enough to dissuade most households from using them. For many people, the process of setting up a crypto wallet and mentally translating crypto prices into everyday currencies is too demanding to bother with. No, that's not true. That's not true. It's very simple to create a wallet, and there are many steps, many tutorials out there on YouTube, for example, that show you how you can set them up in a few steps. It's very, very simple to set up a wallet. So what's he talking about here? It doesn't make any sense. He's just fudding, right? This ease of use is a cognitive barrier to entry and something that will take time for many to overcome, even millennials. Come on, this is crap. It's not true. Come on, millennials know how to use a wallet. Millennials could easily, I mean, they've been using phones since they were really young, right? Come on, let's be honest here. I've been using a mobile phone since I was like 13 or 14. So what is he talking about? He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just trying to FUD without real reason, right? So yeah, basically just reiterating here that exchanges are prone to hacking. That's true. Hence why I'm so bullish on decentralized exchanges. They don't have enough liquidity, but you do feel safer using a decentralized exchange when you're trading. It's just you need to wait longer for your orders to fill. And you can't really use stop loss because there just isn't enough liquidity there. That's the current problem we've got with DEXs. And Bitcoin is not a safe haven, so he's just reiterating here. I think he's just trying to buy really cheap by, having this post on Forbes.com can have a negative impact for people that have weak hands, for people that don't trust enough in the space, that are in it for the quick buck, things like that. Anybody that knows the tech and understands how it works are going to be bullish on Bitcoin, and they don't care about the price. If it's lower, it's better because they can actually own one entire Bitcoin to be part of the future list of millionaires in the future. Nobody really knows how Bitcoin is going to get to or what price it may end up being. But if it does get to 1 million at some point, just imagine the potential, the reward ratio, the risk to reward ratio, getting in very cheap to get it out at 1 million at some point. And if it doesn't, then even then, the risk to reward ratio is much better. So yeah, authorities are reacting with digital currencies. We've got governments trying to attack and things like that. So they're just reiterating here, talking about Libra and so on. But yeah, I mean, to me, this is just crap, right? It's not enough. It's not a strong enough basis to stay away from cryptocurrencies. Come on, we've seen this so many times. They're trying to FUD so many times when the price is going down. It's like they're timing this with the market. And let's move on to the next news article, and that's about crypto isn't going to see exchange consolidation for 2 reasons, according to Trading Exec. So here they're saying that every single month we're seeing a new exchange. There are just too many exchanges out there. So now there's the legitimate traded volume on exchanges, of course. We've got a list here from various months. There's an increase in competition, of course, and decline in volumes, which might see the perfect recipe for consolidation. But the chief executive officer from a firm B2C2 says that this is not the case. He would think that they would consolidate, but he doesn't think so. And he noted two reasons. First, he said that the 2017 boom provided many exchanges with a solid war chest to stay in the business and compete. And Kraken, for example, and Coinbase, all of those guys are doing healthy volumes, and some of them managed to have somewhat of a captive user base. And that's true. I mean, many people still use Coinbase for buying crypto. Many have recurring payments every week or every month when they receive their salaries to buy crypto, a small amount or so on. So yeah, many people are still using Kraken and Coinbase. They are one of the top ones out there. And of course, Binance too, now with their fiat gateway, Binance US, and so on for Americans. But we're seeing a lot of exchanges out there, but a lot of these exchanges have fake volume. And then the other problem with many of these exchanges is that they're too small to be cared about, right? People just ignore them. It's like, if I can get coin X on a bigger exchange, why should I go to this smaller exchange? Or sometimes these small exchanges try to piggyback of big projects by listing them and saying, we're the only exchange that have a trading pair with Cardano. Cardano, you should tweet about us, give us some visibility. And Cardano like, no, I'm not interested. This is a scam. You guys chose to list us. We're not interested. So we're kind of seeing that these small people trying to, open an exchange, insecure, very risky. You go, you deposit on there. Maybe you'll never see your crypto again. Not saying this is always the case. Of course, there are some legit ones opening up too. But the majority of them are like, no, I'm not interested. Sorry, why should I go there if I can trade on a bigger exchange where I feel safer? And again, not even the big exchanges are safe, but at least if they get hacked, you don't lose your funds. Look what happened to Cryptopia, for example, right? The one from New Zealand. It seemed like a good exchange, but it got hacked. I know some people that lost a lot of money on there, right? So it is high risk, right? But yeah, this is pretty much what it's saying here. We're not likely to see any consolidation. A lot of exchanges, they're just deciding to open up anyway and trying to make money because they know it's profitable to gain from trading fees, right? Regardless of the market condition, regardless of the volatility. And yeah, that was it from today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you're new here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.